Let me ask some big questions once again tonight. How is an MLA not a public servant? Remember, because Sengar was deemed not to be a public servant, that is why the offense against him has been reduced. A life term becoming 7 years in one stroke? Will Sengar therefore walk out of jail too soon? And who then guarantees the survivor's safety? Is therefore the survivor's plea for justice going to be unheard? Joining me now, Vikram Singh is former DGP Uttar Pradesh. I'm also joined by Yogita Bhayana, women's rights activist who has been taking up the cause of the Unnao victim. And Ashutosh Srivastav is advocate at the Supreme Court. I want to come to you, Yogita, first, because you went with the victim today to meet Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi. What did you ask them for? Is it true that you've asked that the victim be allowed to stay in a Congress-ruled state because you fear that if Mr. Sengar comes out of jail, he will target the victim? Is that true?
I don't know. These things are, I think, not exactly what we asked for. Basically, we were called by his office because we were trying to, kind of ask from the Home Minister, from the Prime Minister, from the people in charge of the country to kind of give justice to his daughter. And we received a call, she received a call from Rahul Gandhi's office that he wants to meet. And she said, I want to meet him and I want to tell him that if he can help me getting justice. And I tagged along, definitely. When he met her alone, and then I don't know what, but we got to know that she was concerned about her safety, and he was equally, kind of wanting to know what exactly she wants from him. So she asked that she is not safe and she wants safety and security. I think that's what must have transpired between them, that the case should be shifted or she should be shifted because she doesn't feel safe in this particular
yesterday Ms. Bhayana, yesterday Ms. Bhayana, the court said Kuldeep Singh Sengar can't be kept in jail only because of the threat perception of the victim in Unnao rape case. How do you respond to that?
What all she has suffered, we don't have to even repeat the horrendous journey she has lived. Her lawyer was killed, her aunts were killed, she met up with an accident, or she definitely was tried to be killed, and she was in hospital, she was critical, she was on ventilator, she was there for 6 months in critical care, she has her bones broken even today. She definitely has threats. She has family members. They don't have protection. She has protection. Her husband was suicidal when I spoke to him yesterday. When she came out of the courtroom and she was crying continuously, her husband was will commit suicide, and I did a mistake of kind of marrying someone who survived a rape and the kind of situation. But he is a brave man, and we try to console him because they are going through a lot of mental health issues. The entire family, the mother has no security. The sisters, there are 2 sisters, 1 brother. So many family members don't have security. So her threat is genuine. Her safety concerns are genuine. She has got the security, but what can happen in this country? We both know. Now she's with me. You can talk to her also. I'll give her this thing to speak to you.
मैम, आप क्या बताना चाहेगी, किस तरह का आपके ये जो थ्रेट परसेप्शन है, आपको डर किसका है, क्या आप क्या चाहती है, आप राहुल गांधी को क्यों मिलने गई आज?
मुझे
जी
हमसे राहुल भैया सामने से मिले, मैंने मिला, उन्होंने आश्वासन दिया कि हम ऐसे करेंगे, और मैं तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर से भी मिलने को बोला है, और माननीय प्रधानमंत्री से मिलने को बोला है, माननीय अमित शाह जी से मिलने को बोला है, जो मुझे देश की सुरक्षा सीआरपीएफ की दे रखी है, माननीय राष्ट्रपति महोदय जी से, द्रौपदी मुर्मू जी से मिलने के लिए बोला है, ताकि हमसे मिले। वो एक लेडीज हैं, एक लड़की का दर्द समझेंगी कि उसके साथ में कैसे अन्याय हुआ है। मैं सबसे, क्योंकि मेरे साथ में रेप किया, उसके बाद में मेरे पिता को मार दिया गया जी। 2019 मेरा एक्सीडेंट कराया गया, और उनकी मौसी जो सरोज दीदियां हैं, उनकी मौसी बोल रही मेरा बेटा निर्दोष है, और रोड एक्सीडेंट तो बहुत सारे होते हैं, तो रोड एक्सीडेंट नहीं, वो एक्सीडेंट कराया गया था ताकि हम मर जाएं और केस खत्म हो जाए। उनका बेटा बाइज्जत बरी हो जाएगा, तो ये मेरे साथ अन्याय हुआ है।
आपको लगता है कि अगर आपको लगता है मैडम अगर
हमें
कुलदीप
न्याय देगा,
जी
जनता न्याय
मैम
देगी, पब्लिक न्याय
आपको
देगी,
डर ये है
मुझे
कि अगर
मीडिया के
कुलदीप
भाई
सेंगर
बहनों न्याय देंगे, ये सब लोग मुझे न्याय दिलाएंगे।
आपको डर है कि अगर कुलदीप सेंगर जेल से निकलते हैं तो आपको फिर टारगेट करेंगे, इसलिए आप चाहती हैं कि आपको सुरक्षा दी जाए।
वो मतलब कोर्ट ने ये अलाउ कर दिया है कि 5 किलोमीटर पे रहेंगे और पुलिस को हर हफ्ते डिटेल देंगे, हर हफ्ते मंडे को डिटेल देंगे, तो वो तो अपनी सच्चाई, अपना अच्छा बनने के लिए वो तो देते रहेंगे। लेकिन ये कानून को और ये जज साहब को नहीं पता था कि वो मेरे साथ में अपने आदमियों से, अपने सहयोगियों से मरवा देंगे, अपने गुंडों से मरवा देंगे। क्या पता बाहर निकल के उन्होंने कोई सुपारी दे रखी हो मरवाने के लिए, करोड़ों की सुपारी दे रखी हो मरवाने के लिए, कि निकलने पे मार दो, मैटर ही खत्म हो जाएगा। तो मेरे बच्चे कहाँ जाएंगे, अनाथ हो जाएंगे। क्या पता बच्चों की मार दिया जाए।
क्या आपने कहा राहुल गांधी, क्या ये सही है आपने राहुल गांधी को कहा कि आपको एक कांग्रेस
है, अगर उनकी बेटी के साथ ऐसा होता तो वो क्या करते?
जी, क्या आप चाहती है कि राहुल गांधी को, क्या आपने कहा कि हमें एक कांग्रेस शासित राज्य में जाना है जहां आपको लगता है सेंगर की पहुंच नहीं है? क्या आपको डर है कि सेंगर कहीं भी पहुंच सकते हैं?
जी, हमें डर है, सेंगर कहीं भी पहुंच सकते हैं और कहीं भी मरवा सकते हैं। अब मेरी रोजी रोटी बंद हो गई है, क्योंकि मेरे हस्बैंड ड्यूटी नहीं जा पा रहे हैं। मेरे बच्चे हैं दो, एक 1 साल का बच्चा है, एक 2 साल का बच्चा है। मेरी सास विकलांग है। परिवार में कोई सदस्य नहीं रह गया। पिता को तो मार ही दिया वो लोग, जो मेरे पिताजी को मार दिया वो लोग, सारे लोग बाहर हैं। मेरे चाचा ने ऐसा क्या कर रखा? उन्होंने ना किसी बेटी को छेड़ा, ना ही किसी बेटी के साथ रेप किया, और ना ही किसी के साथ कुछ किया। वही लोग उल्टे उल्टे केस लगाते थे और वही लोग आरोप लगाते थे। वही लोगों ने जेल भेजा मेरे चाचा को। मेरे पापा की 13वीं नहीं हुई, मेरी चाची की 13वीं नहीं हुई। मेरे घर में 3-3 13वीं पड़ी हुई हैं। उनको बराबर पैरोल बेल मिलती रही, लेकिन मेरे चाचा को पैरोल बेल नहीं दी गई, क्योंकि इतना पावरफुल इंसान है कि पैसा कोर्ट को दे देता है, कोर्ट बेल देती ही नहीं है, खारिज कर देती है।
जी, आप क्या कहेंगे जब ओम प्रकाश राजभर, जो उत्तर प्रदेश के कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर हैं, वो कहते हैं ये क्यों आपको इंडिया गेट पर क्या जाने की जरूरत है, घर तो उनका उन्नाव है। क्या कहेंगे उनको आज?
उन्होंने ठीक है, उन्होंने कहा, वो हंस रहे हैं। अरे उनको तो शर्म आनी चाहिए कि देश की बेटी के साथ अगर, चलो हमारे ऊपर हंस रहे हैं, अदर जो देश में हादसा हो रहे हैं, देश की बेटियों के साथ मार दिया जाता है, उन पे हंसे, उनको हंसे, हम पे तो हंस रहे हैं। लेकिन उनको ये शर्म नहीं है दांत दिखाते हुए कि एक रेप के आरोपी का पक्ष लेते हुए वो ऐसे बयान कर रहे हैं। उन्हें शर्म आनी चाहिए। उनको इस मंत्री पद से हटा दिया जाना चाहिए। मेरी योगी जी से यही हाथ जोड़ के रिक्वेस्ट है।
और आप क्या
ऐसे लोगों को पद से हटा देना चाहिए?
आप कह रहे हैं ऐसे लोगों को पद से हटाना चाहिए। महमूद पराचा, you are the lawyer for the survivor. Will you go and appeal against what the High Court has done? Suspended the sentence, a life sentence to 7 years. He's already convicted in a murder case, but will you go to the Supreme Court, Mr. Paracha?
Most definitely, Rajdeep, but see the odds against this poor victim. She has got, and I can give you proofs of that and reasoning for that, what I am going to say now. Central government is working against her with its full might. UP state government is working against her with its full might. The CBI is working against her with its full might. And this entire network of gangsters is working against her, which is backed by a very powerful,
on what basis, sir, if I may ask, on what basis are you saying the center is working against her? On what basis
sure.
Mr. Sengar has been convicted? Are you saying the judges were influenced by the center?
Yes, most definitely. Whatever I will say with certain proofs. The judgment convicting Mr. Kuldeep Singh Sengar observes that the IO was hand in glove with Mr. Kuldeep Sengar, IO of the CBI. And he helped him by bringing in evidence in his favor in the charge sheet, and he did not investigate in a proper manner. Now CBI is under central government as far as I remember last, right? And no IO would be able to influence or do such a thing for which there is a mention in the judgment itself, the trial court judgment, without the help and support of people at the helm of the affairs. This is plain logic. This case, when it was being argued, this appeal, giving him this extraordinary relief, which is, I can write books on why this judgment should be criticized to the hilt, but I am not going to do that. The lawyer, for the first time, any lawyer appearing on behalf of CBI, opposed with some substance, was this appeal. That lawyer was removed ultimately. So, is it proof enough? If it is not, no, there is no mention in this judgment why that lawyer was asked to to go out of this case, or he resigned himself. There is no clarity about that in this judgment, but this is a crucial point. Connecting the dots to the central government. Central government and Uttar Pradesh government hired best of the best lawyers in the Supreme Court to request the Supreme Court to remove the security of the victim as well as the family. They were successful for the family, and the family was attacked. So that is the proof for the Uttar Pradesh government and the central government, which I want to bring to the notice of
you're giving
people
us,
at large
you're
in
giving
this
us,
country.
if even,
Now,
if what you're saying is true, it is the most shocking thing that I have heard in a long time. You are claiming that the center and the UP government and the CBI were hand in glove with Sengar. Am I correct?
Yes, they were and they are. Now, I would show you the title of this case. See, the title of the case is Kuldeep Singh Sengar versus Central Bureau of Investigation.
Ji.
The 90% of the arguments were addressed by who? The lawyer of the victim, that is me. CBI only adopted that. And that is the fault of that poor lawyer who was not allowed to continue in this matter. Do you need any other proof? CBI, it is the CBI who is supposed to challenge this judgment. The role of the victim is secondary. It is state versus the accused and state versus the convict. Where is CBI till now?
Yeah.
CBI, instead of taking action against the IO, against whom there were strictures by the trial court, they moved an application in the High Court for asking the High Court to remove the strictures against the IO. Do you need more proof? So I am staked against, so this poor girl is staked against all these people. Central government, state government, the
you
cartel
are saying this is one daughter of India.
So I have to be
this is
extremely
one
careful.
daughter of India against the entire system, is what you are saying. The entire system, in a way, according to you, has come together to protect a rapist. Yes, a final point. Go ahead, Mr.
No, not
Pracha.
just a rapist. Please, Rajdeep. He is not just a rapist.
He's
He
murderer.
raped the girl to hide and to force the family not to complain. She was kidnapped. He conspired to have her kidnapped and gang raped. Matter does not finish there. After that, the father of the girl was murdered in police station by the police officers. The matter does not finish there. The girl and her lawyer. See, lawyers are scared to appear in this case. Lawyer was killed. In that accident, 2 of her family members, lady family members, were killed. The matter does not finish there. As early as or as recently as 2 weeks from now, the husband of the girl was attacked and he was brutally assaulted, and he is not even able to walk properly. As of now, there are so many injuries on his. So, do you think it will be very easy for us to approach the Supreme Court. The entire case it is the responsibility of the CBI. And I'm sure CBI will make all the efforts. Best of the lawyers will be engaged to make sure that the Supreme Court does not grant us relief against this order. So I have to be extremely careful. Take one misfortune of this girl. I am calling this misfortune with abundant caution. This judgment was reserved for 3 months. 3 months, Rajdeep Sahab. Incidentally, with the bad luck which this girl has, obviously, figuratively speaking, you are saying daughter of India. She's just a poor girl. This judgment just comes one evening before the Supreme Court goes for vacation, so that enough time is there. And I'm not saying anything else. For the Mr. Sengar to come out, and we have no time to appeal in the Supreme Court. That is our bad luck. That is also a matter of bad luck which this girl is.
Mr. Pracha, may I just stop you? May I just stop you for a moment?
For granting this suspension? Please.
Yeah, okay. You want to tell us, you see, because what is astonishing, and I'll get in my other guests on it, but I want you to answer this. The definition of a public servant seems different in different criminal laws. Under POCSO, the very fact that he is deemed not to be a public servant has enabled him to lessen his offense. Am I correct, Mr. Pracha? Is that what has happened? Is that the reasoning of the court when they reduced his sentence, suspended his sentence? I mean, if a former MLA is not a public servant, I don't know who the hell is. Am I correct, Mr. Pracha?
The reason, now you'll have to that is one of the main reasons, but the larger point here is, larger point has to be understood by your viewers, Rajdeep Saab. And the larger point is, these hyper technicalities cannot be gone into. I can give you, if you have some time, I can give you the arguments which we advanced, which were not considered for the reasons that CBI did not challenge that because we said that there are other sections in which the crucial issue was in some of the sections. What is mentioned is that the punishment is up to the rest of the life of the convict.
Right.
And in some other places, it's only mentioned life sentence. So, using that hyper technicality, then that is the criticism of this judgment. This was main as the main issue, which is absolutely incorrect, because we had pointed out other offences where in parallel offences, in 5L, 5P and 5G, where a person who is having a dominant position of the victim, he is also liable for punishment up to the rest of the natural life. So it is a hype, and moreover, the main thing is, these things cannot be gone into.
I've taken your point. You know, let me get another view at the moment, because Ashutosh Srivastava.
But the main point, Rajdeep, just give me two, three.
Yeah, go ahead.
2, 3.
Go ahead. Okay, you know the case better than most. Go ahead.
Yes. The main reason is that this Mr. Kuldeep Singh Sengar deserves mercy of the court, and therefore this discretionary mercy has been granted to him. Now my last point is, if Mr. Kuldeep Singh Sengar deserves the mercy of the Honourable Court, Division Bench of the court, then I don't think there is any other convict or accused in this country, child rapist, pedophile or any gang rapist, who will not deserve this mercy of the court, because it's purely a discretionary power of the court. It is not
right.
As a matter of right, it cannot be granted, because jail is the norm after conviction. Bail is an exception. When you are a person who's under trial, bail is the rule, jail is exception. So that's my final point.
I think you made a very powerful case. This is, from what you are saying, a clear failure of our criminal justice system of a kind that I have rarely heard of. If all the facts that you are saying are out there now in the public domain.
Last line, Rajdeep, I'm constrained to say this.
Last
line is this matter. They have approached Mr. Rahul Gandhi as leader of the opposition, not as a Congress leader. We have to be very careful about this. This is a battle between people of India and our institutions. if it is made Congress versus BJP, that will be the worst thing which can happen to this poor girl. Please
That's
don't
why
allow this to
I
happen.
have not brought
It is
any
not
Congress,
Rahul Gandhi
sir,
as Congress
Mr.
leader,
Pracha.
it is leader of the opposition.
I have not brought any
Please, it's
BJP
not
or
that.
Congress leaders on the show. I have not made it Congress versus BJP. This is about a young
I am
woman
not
of
aware.
India
I am
who
not
deserves justice.
accusing you of anything, Rajdeep. Sir.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
not.
I've got
Yes.
your point. Let Ashutosh
Just- we
Srivastav
will,
respond.
as people of
Ashutosh
India-
Srivastav,
Yes, thank you.
from what Mehmood Pracha is saying, this is a clear miscarriage of justice. Do you agree or not? Because all those facts clearly show that every effort has been made to protect someone who is a rapist and a murderer. Do you agree with that?
See, if I take my learned friends, submissions, obviously it makes it very, very serious issue, obviously. And I'm sure now he is challenging this order before the Supreme Court. Now, so far as Supreme Court is concerned, we know that this matter was in UP and this was transferred from UP to Delhi by the same Supreme Court only for the protection of the victim and also for the the witnesses or any
But-
sort of evidences are not tampered by anybody, and that was
But
the
do you
reason why
agree,
Supreme
prima
Court.
facie, it's a miscarriage of justice, Mr. Srivastav? Do you agree it's a miscarriage of justice?
See, as you know, one has to know the case properly. Now, so far as this matter is concerned, what the Delhi High Court has stated today in their judgment, that Section 5C of the POCSO, which says that a public servant. Now, the public servant, the definition there is a person who has the authority over another person. So now Section 5C says about the people, like, I can give you some examples like, the police official or maybe the jail authority where the person is imprisoned or maybe the hospital staff where the
It does not include
victim
an
is.
all-powerful
Yes.
MLA. For God's sake,
No, no.
it does
No,
not
no, no.
include an all-powerful MLA. This is where the discretionary power and
No,
the
no, no.
misuse.
If you-
Vikram Singh, let me come to
No,
Vikram
no,
Singh,
one
because
minute.
Vikram Singh,
1 minute, let me
from what
clarify
Mr.
that.
Pracha is saying, even the CBI has much to answer for. The CBI has much, the so-called country's top investigating agency, the Uttar Pradesh government, the center, all seem to in some way have created a situation, if Mr. Pracha's words are to be believed, to ensure that Kuldeep Sengar gets away.
Mr. Sardesai, good evening, and good evening, Yogita and gentlemen. Well, I
Mr.
would say
Singh.
what the basic and my experience of court craft has been. Yes, please. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Rajdeep, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
I would like to say that I totally agree with what Mr. Mehmood Pracha has had to say, because there is logical consistency in merit in what he has said. Has the CBI investigated the stricture passed, any cognizance being taken or any action taken? And if not, that is even a louder question. Secondly, to recuse the CBI advocate who was doing wonderfully well and to change the horses midstream also requires a lot of explanation. At the end of the day, when the trial court convicts and then the superior court, in fact, gives tremendous advantage to Kuldeep Sengar, what action do they propose, and are they even going to the Supreme Court in appeal? What Mr. Pracha has said, I do hope, and I hope I'm wrong, that they should go and they will go. But if they don't go, well, again, it's a loud question. And the allegations which Mr. Mehmood Pracha has made, will be a lot of merit and substance. And to the last point, I would say, who is a public servant? A person who draws his salary from the government treasury. And also, when there are other case laws, Narasimha Rao versus Union of India and other cases, where it has been decided who's a public servant. And then the lower court has said that he's a public servant. And then presuming he's not a public servant, then a position of trust or authority also is the subclause in which he could have been convicted. Obviously, we have been blind to all the misdemeanors of Kuldeep Sengar and have covered ourselves in a manner that we see absolutely nothing ill or nothing adverse as far as the depredations and the perversion of Kuldeep Sengar are concerned, and we give him a long rope. Well, I had expected a lot more, and to quote you, there couldn't have been a worse miscarriage of justice than this when Kuldeep Sengar is out. And then the perversion again of a UP minister saying he will be there in Delhi keeping 5 kilometers away. Do you think for a moment when a mafia is out, the perversion to which he can stoop to and the depredations and the threatening that he can indulge in, that of course is also a matter to be recorded with. Kuldeep
Right.
Sengar's record is absolutely black. And therefore, I would say I feel very sorry for the survivor and her family.
Yogita, Bayana, are you all going to carry forward this fight? I presume I heard from Mr. Pracha that you intend to go to the Supreme Court. Does the victim have the spirit, we spoke to her a short while ago, to go through this prolonged fight against a powerful politician when the system seems ranged against her?
She is super brave. Let me tell you, I have met her when she met her with an accident, and rather the accident was done to kill her, and she survived. She survived to fight this battle. Definitely, she was getting on track. We were with her, like she was trying to get some training, skill trainings, and we were trying to help her with that. She was trying to live a normal life with her husband and with 2 kids. She was trying, but we never knew this will happen, though we had apprehension, and Mr. Pracha would also say that he had apprehensions, but we never knew this grave injustice will happen like a movie scene. You know what we see in movies, this can just, I mean, I still have to pinch myself to believe that this really can happen, you know, and the grounds are laughable and ironical, like you can really get angry, and at the same time you can laugh, like you can, anybody, and even a child can read those documents and say, you know what grounds they have granted him this kind of a mercy, so-called, to say that. So, I mean, she's brave. She's no doubt, she's braver than I have ever seen any other woman. And she wants to fight it out. And she has, you know, she has so many injuries on her body. Like, not only that, she's mentally, anybody would give up, because she was critical for 6 months. She was on a ventilator. She was in ICU. Her whole body is derailed. And she still wants to continue. I mean, we are just being with her, and I get a lot of inspiration. She will never give up, and we at least I am with her, and I want, through your channel, I want to appeal that we need to stand with her. If this can happen in this country, we don't deserve to call ourselves humans. This is mockery of democracy, mockery of women in this country, mockery of victim in this country, and you can see how Kuldeep Singh Sengar is out, and how this guy from Uttarakhand is out in Ankita Bhandari case, how Brijbhushan is out, how everybody in every case is getting away because they are powerful and belonging to a particular party. I'm so sorry to say we never went to meet Rahul Gandhi because we want Congress support. We want, definitely, as Mr. Pracha said, he is a leader of opposition. We went as leader of opposition. We want him to raise this. And we spoke about other cases, and we wanted him to raise the voice. And I particularly said that you should, speak about women issues. That's exactly what we want in this country. Justice for all the women. She's not the only one, but there are so many women suffering like this.
Ma'am, I take your point, and I think this entire last half an hour is a wake-up call. If you haven't woken up, then you jolly well now. I want to thank my guests. I particularly want to thank the victim for having come and expressed her views. It's not easy. I thank all of you for joining me, and I want to give her my take again. Let's be honest. Cut the crap. India's criminal justice system is broken. It takes years and years to get justice in our courts. And as we are seeing in this Unnao rape and murder case, in high-profile cases, it becomes even more difficult sometimes, since there are political pressures, be it at the center, be it at states, including the so-called Central Bureau of Investigation, that adds another dimension to the problem of judicial delays. We talk loudly of Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, and then you find a rape victim like this waging a lonely war, struggling to get justice. There are no quick fix solutions, unfortunately. No silver bullets, because the system is corroded. But while I don't have a solution to judicial lethargy and indeed the functioning of the criminal prosecution system in this country and the politics that plays out, may I at least offer some well-meaning advice to some of our netas, particularly Mr. Rajbhar, who was laughing and mocking at this victim today. For God's sake, if you have any iota of empathy, stand up for victims and stand up for their rights, Mr. Rajbhar. Ya kursi chodo. To the Yogi Adityanath government also. Are these the ministers that you want? Is this the way that you're going to actually ensure that a woman's dignity is maintained? And yes, for all the talk of these fast-track courts and after the Nirbhaya case that we will now have a system in place that protects women, the truth is we don't. And we better get used to that fact. Talk comes easy, action is not. I hope that Kuldeep Sengar gets his just desserts.